The Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
All right, here we go again. Buckle up, rough roads ahead. I had to do some quick shopping here and pick up some supplements, trying a supplement regimen here. Wasn't sure if I was going to switch to maca or go with the maca ashwagandha blend. But it just seems like I didn't need that much maca. And the ashwagandha maca blend has some B vitamin in there and a couple other things. So I stayed with that. Oh, there they go, falling on the floor because you cursed them while I was saying it. You actually cursed them before I bought it. All right. That wacko. So here we're going to speak about like broken windows and high intensity traffic stop areas, traffic enforcement or whatever enforcement. Right. How it may actually just be trying to be nice. Let me think. It just doesn't. It actually does the opposite of what it says it's going to do. So again, the idea is if you can arrest somebody, a crime has been committed. Right. So the idea of broken windows and high intensity enforcement areas sound good unless they cause psychological issues. And then we go to the metaphysics. If you're cursing off people, and again, the way the system's structured, if you get pulled over, it's a down. But it could be a down for the officer also. It just depends how it's structured. And if you get enough downs, what happens? You could end up losing your mind. So the question is, because I brought it before, when you're pulling over an uncle of some child and you beat the uncle, the child still sees that. You'll say, "Well, I was trying to." We understand that, but there's a sociology and a psychology combined with metaphysics that's playing out there. So does broken windows actually cause the need for broken windows? Even though you're arresting the people that you're arresting and you're handing out the citations that you're handing out, some of the people you pull over, you're pulling over because why? A byproduct of poverty. That the vehicle won't be registered, they won't have insurance, they might have a tail light out. It's not a new vehicle. So are you actually causing more poverty in their life? Now, again, whether somebody's hating on that individual or not during the traffic stop is, something that, officers might be able to ascertain if they know the officer. And then they watch the results of the traffic stop. Or it could take weeks, months for that person to effectuate the curse, the gotcha. Well, because a lot of people do not embrace law-abiding behavior because what they know about people that enforce the law. And it beat up their uncle, their favorite uncle. Shot their other uncle. And again, you'll say, well, but that's understood. But there is a reality of how it's all happening. I didn't bring this up, God did. And God said, if officers don't like it, It's the proverbial too bad. Okay, Lance. It's just that's the weird part. Again, that's why they change a lot of the policy on pulling people over because it's just you're pulling people over based upon the byproduct of poverty. My theory was, why don't we just give people that don't have enough income registration and insurance, right, and then hopefully they can keep the vehicle running well enough. And I realize a lot of you officers just you don't pull everybody over with a bad registration. You that's all you do all day. I've never seen so many temporary tags in my life as I've seen in the last 4 years. 100%. Thank you, Larry. Mm. Well, again, it in a lot of communities they are ruled down for a traffic stop. Again, the officer may not be responsible, but your system might be dirty. 100%. But that could cause them never to get anywhere and actually never be able to register their vehicle and all of those type of things. And again, a lot of people know that and they laugh about it. And the old proverbial sucks to be you until you all get to hell, and then you'll see how bad it really sucks to be all of you. So it's understood that once we're confronted with a certain level of crime, certain law enforcement methods and operations do yield better results, but do they really? Catching a criminal versus not having a criminal. Oh, those aren't my vitamins. I think they're my noodles. My pasta. My pasta! Let me see. Is the sound still going? Yeah. It's been a weird day. I was reading a lot of stuff. Like when I go to Dayton, Asia, I read everything. I'll read what you're projecting. I'll read the photo, the people in the photo, and they might not actually be the profile that you put there. So, nice. But I also read your intentions and your will, some of you. Thank you, Larry. Well, pass it on to God, and God will judge the earth based upon those intentions and wills. So, the answer exists in a lot of the other things that I brought up. Again, when we get past a certain point, don't look at me because I told you to fix it before we got there. 100%. So my neighbor got a Cadillac and he's talking about it. His radiators doesn't work, and the other guy's showing him some sealant for the radiator. And I said, "What? You got a leak?" Said, "No, it's just what's going on. My car is overheating." I said, "Did you check the thermostat?" It's a Cadillac 2006 DTS. So I said, "It's probably I can't tell you it's definitely that, but what you do is you take your thermostat out." And you won't have any heat until you replace it, but you don't need really heat right now, right? I said, but drive around for a day with it and see if it works. If it doesn't overheat, then it was your thermostat. We'll replace it. 100%. You don't even have to wait that long. I guess it's overheating, so right. But so I got to study it a little better. I think I know where the thermostat is on it. It's kind of weird. Because I'm used to that, like, you take the hose off, and that metal housing, you pull that off, right? But it looks like it's in the metal housing, so you take the hose off, and then it's up in the metal. Like you don't take the metal housing off; it's just somehow up in there. That's what it looked like. I have to look at it again. It doesn't make any sense. Look at the guy fished it out of the housing, but I don't know what holds it in. Right. Who knows? Maybe he spun it. I don't know. Maybe it's threaded. I don't know. I have to look at it. Looks like a standard thermostat though when I looked. So we're going to try to do that tomorrow before the rainstorm. Right. 'Cause he has to go to work tomorrow night. It's just the amount that people are drinking and smoking. I mean, with the world that we're living in, the knowledge of the damage, it's just terrific. This is why the people think that they're attacking my health based upon something else, but that's why, because I take care of health of the world. Yeah. Thank you, March. And Satan's angry and they're angry because the people they curse stay healthy. Oh, come on. Did you change this light to yellow? Did you do this? You got to check up on these officers. They got control of these lights now. Can actually cause an accident if they rush the change of a light. Oh, shit. Actually, I think that's the way that's timed, so they can't drag race, right? And then crash into everybody trying to come off the highway or whatever. You probably heard me say that, and you did it. Now I'm cursing myself for telling you in the mind for the future when we had all these accidents here that we don't have now. So again, that once you start healing, stuff like that happens, and you're connected into the healing network. When you build something, you build it different, so something doesn't happen in the future. Like if you all were, because they try to convince me that they're sorry, but if you all were really sorry, my life would have fixed on its own. I would never have lived this life. That's how I know that you're going to be cursing me to the end of my days. Thank you, Larry. That's their whole thing. Like, oh, we're really your buddy, Larry. Because we're fooling him. That's why he's helping us. But he didn't. He said something. No, don't listen to him. He's afraid of us. That's why we're helping. He's helping us. He wants forgiveness for his crimes. That's why he's helping us. I mean, they're just idiotic, inane criminals. I go through this for years. Like I said, at one point, you're like, oh, he raped his own children. Can you imagine that? He's horrible. I mean, they're disgusting. Meanwhile, people that actually rape their children are out there dancing in the streets as the neighborhood watch. I mean, that's real. That's the scam. How you doing, Mike? You got it? Mike's got it. Two famous people for this neighborhood is Mike and Bob Hamilton. Mike should be elected to office. Bob's too busy. I mean, he's a worldwide plumber or AC guy. What is he? Is he a plumber or HVAC, or does he both? Forgot what he was. But he waves all the time. He's a nice guy. Hey, Bob! I'm actually like probably like if he met me somewhere, we'd be friends. I think he knows me somehow. Like he came on right away, so I must have been in the head around him before. Right. I have to go down this way. I don't know. Something I got to heal, I think. Thank you, much. Thank you, Larry. There might be some apartments down this way. Because I used to drive down there, remember? To drive my vehicle. Right. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, much. Now somebody's praying to God. I can hear them. Or it's Monday. I think it's school. Some of it's school. There's some other stuff there. Darn, it's getting crazy. Getting crazy on this road. Well, demons are attacking me. They're like, that's a car. We're going to pull you over. In a dark street. Let's heal it. No, I haven't lived one iota of a normal life in decades. 100%. They wouldn't let it. They're sick. Thank you, Larry. So you know how everything's normalizing, and I don't mean to offend anyone, but they were talking about the circle jerk and something else, some other orgy or something at that place. Now I don't agree to all the people because a lot of the people that run that are actually some of the people that are deep state. 100%. But you know why they're legitimizing that and normalizing it? Because that's your curse, is all of you. That's a curse from the church hitting their life that they have to do stuff like that. Thank you much. I mean, that's really the answer. Because if they don't, they can't burn off your curse, and then stuff happens like me, where my back gets or my legs got screwed up, and some of my back got screwed up. 100%. That's real. 100%. Heal the school over here. What school is this? What's the name? Thank you, Larry. Comanche. So you got to heal the Comanche education system in the Comanche Nation, and then Comanche school. If we weren't supposed to heal that, I would have took a different direction, and the inference wouldn't have been there, and or I guess. Like, how did I grand circle? No, I passed that circle and God cued me. I guess they were behind high school or something. There's a circle or something. Right. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. All right. It's definitely the wrong way, right? Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. Okay. This is my question. It's how to get to the other apartments. It's like, how do I get to the other apartments? I ran out of apartments. Now, it's some young girl and she's praying to God something about school. It's but somebody else going about the work and praying to God about the work. I can feel it. I'm kind of lightheaded. It's because you're puffing air. It's not the demons that went into your body. Now they're in my body. That's like a lion's breath. Actually, that's more like a dragon breath on that. I used to be afraid of dragons for a while. "Oh, the dragon's evil. And all of a sudden it's like, God has a dragon. What's going on here?" So the Bible does that a lot. It's just neutralizing thought. Again, the Bible, even the Bhagavad Gita and the Hare Krishna information, if you read it, it expands your brain. I mean, you'll even see more in the Bible if you read it. It's just the way it works. It actually, I don't, it's something, some of it's metaphysical, but I think the thought process expands the brain because you're thinking to certain things. And again, I guess you're connecting to certain things. So God knew what God was doing by taking me to all these different places. He knew you were going to kill me the same as the last place, but at least I read the scriptures and told you all about Jesus. Next. So a lot of people are still disgruntled about the price of things. So Biden isn't a sure thing. So what's going to happen if a Democrat doesn't get in there, Democratic Party members doesn't get in there in the presidency, they're going to pardon all those people, and it's going to be worse than not prosecuting them at all. Because Trump's already did it with Bannon and a couple others. Now I don't know the sentences do appear to be a little bit long, but again, everybody knows you don't mess with the federal government because the sentences are longer. And again, you all didn't care, and I can't say that about Trump because Trump's kind of lucky. He did shorten some sentences for some people based upon a certain program, right? But he doesn't really care. You know what I mean? Right? Because he'd want his enemies to be sentenced to the longer sentences. 100%. Well, it does really screw up the ability to maintain law and order. Again, Trump has nothing to do with law and order. He has to do with abusing others based upon the thought of law and order. So this worked out. So I'm walking today. It's just like really weird. This woman stares at me while I'm doing my show, but I think it's the guy with the kids and his wife came into town. I thought it was his wife. I'm like, why is his wife staring at me and smiling? But tonight I figured out it was this other woman limping upstairs. I was in the middle of my broadcast. I don't know what she expected, but but I thought it was the guy. But I thought it was the guy. I was like weirded out. I'm like, I guess their marriage isn't doing that well. So the woman came downstairs with her boyfriend, which she has a boyfriend, but boyfriends are, easy come, easy go, right? That's the way women are. I mean, I try not to take some woman away from a boyfriend unless, there's some abuse or something. That's different, right? There's that guy blew in from, he's got a Georgia plate, but I think he was living somewhere else, like Mississippi or something. He lived here before. He's returned. I don't think he's poor. Drives a Audi SUV. He's a nice guy. I mean, I thought he was someone else that I had spoke to the day before. That's why I spoke to him. But he was somebody. It was just weird because the people before were taking like pillows and blankets out of their car, and then he was taking pillows and or SUV, and he was taking pillows and blankets out of his SUV. I thought it was kind of strange they were doing it 2 days in a row, but I clicked that it may have been the same people, but it wasn't. And he seems like a nice guy. He's just really he lent his can opener to the woman that's homeless but living here for now. Right. And I say hi to him whenever I can. Like he's not going to drink all day and do drugs, start a fight or anything like that. See, I knew my spot was going to be gone. This guy's got 2 spots. Actually, he's got 3 spots because he parked his vehicle so his door won't get dinged. So I got to figure this out now. Of course, it might be a setup. Like I said, a couple mafiosos blew into town and applied some curses. Who knows what? Who knows what the else they paid for, right? Hand over some cash, tell them to do this, that, and the other thing. Why does this guy have 3 spots? He's got 2 vehicles and 3 spots. Sure, if he had his way, he'd have 4. Curses are way up. That must be that other woman. If her ears are ringing. She was looking at me, giving me a big smile. I'm like, why is that guy's wife smiling at me? It's pretty interesting. She's got like I don't know what that is, a tablecloth that she put over the window. So I guess it gives her sunlight during the day. She's trying to act all cool now. Getting crazy around here. I'm crazy. Whoa. Remember, if you go up to the counter and like everybody else goes up to the counter at the same time, then you heal the head of the store because the head of the store went crazy. Believe me, it's an inference. Everybody comes up because the store calls them up. It's out of timed or something like that. But if you just heal it, it should work. Oh, Jesus. This is like almost impossible to park. I was going to say, Dale, but I just don't want, I'm trying to be real nice to people. Like, I don't want, trying to divvy up the space perfectly so everybody has enough room. And then when I get done, I'm like too close to one or the other. Wait a minute. Let me look at my. And of course, nobody's parked right. Okay, I guess I'm here. That's kind of weird. Because she took her curtains either down or opened them. I guess she opened them because I can see them over there. Then she took a tablecloth with a design and like a kind of a checkerboard. I think it's a tablecloth, but you can see the light through it, so that you can see the design. I guess in the daytime, she can have the light come in from outside, but yet nobody can see in. But like if she were to dance in front of it, we would actually see a silhouette. Maybe if I get to know her, I'll say, go up there and dance in front of us so I can see the silhouette. Or would you come outside to see if I beat you up for taking 3 spots? Oh, of course, he takes the handicap spot over here. Rude. Actually, it's not him. It's somebody else. He's probably drunk. One time I talked to him, he's like drunk and he's harassing me. I mean, drunk to like, he probably pissed the bed that night. These kids are pretty cool. I healed them a bunch. They're probably gonna like wake up. Probably be like scientists. Stay peaceful. Praise God in all to do. Praise God.